name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.
Welcome to everyone joining us for the preview show for the Greyville Turf meeting, which takes place on Sunday the 6th. Looking forward to this day's racing. We are racing on the turf with the 1.5 meter false rail. At this stage of the game, the going is good to soft and the penetrometer is around 25. We're looking at the doors this morning. The sun is shining this morning, so hopefully the weather pattern will be clear for tomorrow's race meeting. It is pre-recorded and will be a top day's racing. Let's get straight into the action. Race number 1 is due off at 12:40. It's over 1,200 meters. We do have a rerun of Shanta's Pride, number 8, when finishing 3rd on the 25th of the 9th. And we've also got an interview package with Nicolette Roscoe, Tony Riverland and Mark Naidu.
Inside and starts to come forward at the subway. 300 to go. Manic Monday moves up. Global Songstress on the inside. Trubidex and Shanta's Pride's now putting it together. Trubidex is a big runner on the inside though. And it's Trubidex going on. Trubidex is going great guns the last 100. And Trubidex to beat Global Songstress. Shanta's Pride and maybe Sea Goddess in photos for the minor spots.
Yeah, she's a nice filly. She's taken a bit of time to actually come to hand. She had a few little niggly problems, so we just nursed her along the way. She's a nice type of filly. She can run in the quartets if she's not too green and that, but she's doing very well at home. So if she's not green, I expect a nice run. She'll be definitely running on nicely.
Yeah, she's got everything in her favour this weekend. I'm just, not quite sure whether she prefers racing up the straight at Scottsville, where she's got a chance not to have too many horses around her. But from a good draw, the plan is to just let one follow one and let one lead hopefully, and she can switch off. And if she switches off, she looks so incredibly well and she's working really well that I would expect her to run into the money. Be disappointed if she didn't run into the money. But she's quite a tough filly to train. She's a little quirky. Trying to overdo it at home, so it's quite difficult managing her work routine, but I'm very pleased with her. She looks extremely well.
Unfortunately, we're not drawn ideally. She moved up dangerously in her last run. She has been having a little bit of respiratory noise. We've removed the tongue tie. Her work's good. The drop back in trip, she should be competitive. I put a line through that last run. Things didn't go our way. She'd ideally need a couple to lead her. We're looking for improvement here.
Well, thanks very much for the trainers for giving us some insight into the horses that they have been training. They know them best. They train them back home, so they'll tell you exactly how they're doing, and we'll get straight into the selections and you'll have a look at the horses that will be running. Taking a look at the slide there, number 1, Cinnamon Blush from the Wendy Whitehead stable. At this early time of recording, note there'll be a number of jockey changes because the meeting is being changed to Turfentine Sunday at this stage. So a number of riders, I think it's Muzi Yeni, Kelvin Abib, and 1 or 2 others will be riding in Gauteng at this point in time. So there will be a number of jockey changes. I don't think there is a rider for Sea of Tears at this point of time. But touching on number 1, Cinnamon Blush, I do believe that she's far better than that last run suggests. Short both hind, has got excuses, a horse that you can throw into the quartets. Number 2, Princess Joe, we heard from the stable, definitely worth throwing into the quartets, and this has shortened from an opening call of 8-1 down 11-2. So when there is some activity in the anti-post market for the first timers, you have to respect them. So throw in number 2, Princess Joe. We heard from Tony Riverland, number 5, Abound Light, a horse that could certainly go into the money. Quirky, and we'll keep a close eye on her. Then the horses that they have to beat, number 6, Sea of Tears. A set of blinkers could really enhance her chances. Very, very consistent, and she's going to run a big race, number 6, Sea of Tears, currently at 7-2. However, the horse they all have to beat is number 8, Shanta's Pride, the William Longsword from the Peter Muscat stable. And lovely that my dad, Craig Peters, had the privilege to name this horse and choose her, and has named it after the 3 kids. Myself, Sheldon, my sister, Angelique, and Tasita. And that's how the names come up. So thanks very much to Hollywood, Owen, Devon, and the entire team. Of course, we had Sharfolia the other day, which we got lucky with. I named that first time out, came to win after my 2 daughters. So we're looking for Shanta's Pride to come through. Now, she's run 2 crackers of a race. Second to Act Naturally on debut, and on that occasion, a little bit slow out the gate, stayed on in the closing stages, but as you'll notice, severe respiratory noises. Raced with a tongue tie on debut, and then second time out, she moved up a winner at the 300. Tristan Godden got off and he said she was absolutely cruising, and then the respiratory noises came into effect. Severe respiratory noises. They have removed the tongue tie. And if she gets lucky from the draw and she breathes at around 18 to 10, she should take all the beating. I saw her final workout on a Thursday morning. Thanks very much to Peter Muscat and the entire team. They keep you up to date and in form. And if Shanta's Pride comes back to her best and she breathes, the drop to the 1200 will probably see her into the winner's enclosure. Of the balance of the runners, number 13, Can't Catch Me, that's definitely worth throwing into the play. However, race number 1, number 8, Shanta's Pride, she's above average, the tongue tie's off, the drop to the 1200. If she breathes, she'll probably win.
It's good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together, and to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.